I have a question. You ever wonder where your dreams go? All the dreams that you don't think about, or you want to forget, or you tend to forget, where does those dreams go? Those dreams go in your subconscious. So anything that you ever thought about or anything that you planned on doing falls down into your subconscious. And what's your subconscious is your mind, your brain. And that's what everyone has in common. The brain, they have this in common. So therefore, what you're not feeding or what you're not encouraging, eventually the next person will feed or encourage themselves. So when you see somebody else living the lifestyle that you wanted, or you see somebody else doing what you intended to do, but you didn't do it, keyword, what you intended to do, but you didn't follow through and you didn't pursue it, but you see the next person doing it, it's because everybody lives out their dreams. And and what you won't do, that sort of saying comes into place. What you won't do, the next person will. True. What you won't do, the next person will. So don't get upset about it. There's always time. You have time to, catch up to those dreams. You always have time. It's just now some doors are locked. Some doors are locked. Some doors are closed. But if you're passion driven and you really care, you'll find a way. You'll find a way. So never, even if you choose to let go of your dreams, that's what I'm saying. When I said don't be surprised when you see the next person living that dream that you intended to live, it's because you'll always be reminded. You'll always have a reminder of what you wanted to set out to do, or whatever you dreamed.
Alright, so after that.
So yeah, you'll always have that constant reminder. And as long as you got that constant reminder, there's always hope. And, just like it's in the back of your mind, you put it off in the back of your mind, but now you see it. It's in front of you. So, your dream just have has a way of not letting you let go. Because they're a big part of you. They're a huge part of you. Because whatever you chose to do, whatever you wanted to do, that was a piece of you. I hate this shirt. I wore this shirt today, and I freaking hate it. I have always hated this shirt since the first day I ever got it. I think I got it at City Trends when I was in Akron. I got it in City Trends, and I always hated it. For one, I don't know, it just don't fit me right. I don't like it. Don't like this shirt. And I wore it today. And, you insecure about a shirt. You insecure. That insecurity is basically rubbing you. I'm being rubbed the wrong way right now by my insecurity because I'm insecure about my shirt. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Never give up on your dreams. because your dreams will never give up on you. If you don't get it right in this lifetime, just know that you're here for a reason. You're here for a higher purpose. So whatever isn't serving you right now, or whatever goal or aspiration you was chasing that you never made it, or it's just not happening for you, as long as that passion is still there, then know that something is still there. You know, it's some things in this world that you just can't depend on. You know, maybe this job is not big enough for you. This job it's not meant for you, because your passion inside is bigger than any goal or objective or aspiration or anything that this world can fulfill. Your passion is much more bigger than that. You know, your passion, what is the manifestation of that dream, of that goal, and of that aspiration? That's what that passion is inside. And if you still feel it right now and it's not going nowhere, that just means this world, it's not meant for a specific place, you know. I think that's just, you know, that's how I feel about it. But I don't know. That's another thing about being on foot as a parent and not always, you know, having transportations, because people see you at your worst days, people see you at your best days, and when you out here, it just makes it seem like you're up to no good. That's what it makes it seem like, you're up to no good. Like, it's been plenty of times where I'm always out walking, I'm always out and about. And because that's just me, I have all this energy in me. You know, I am, you know, this is the type of person I am. You know, I have so much energy in me, especially and this is why, because that's why I'm a workaholic. Honestly, I am a workaholic. I have all this energy in me for that very reason, because it's like I never stopped. You know, I can never stop. I have to be doing something. You know, I mean, I'm not going to put on a diagnostic, but it might be. Like I said, I was diagnosed with ADD and treated with ADHD medicine. So it's like I have all of these. I feel like I still got spaces in me that hasn't been filled. So, you know, how you've been conditioned is how it's going to be regardless. You know, you've been conditioned this way. So that's how you approach life. And that's how your life is. So when I'm energetic like this, you know, I got to get out. And that's what people see me all the time. And they'll be like, you be on the go. You're always doing this. You're always doing that. You're always out and about. You're always, you know, I like that about you. And I'm just like, you know, I have no other choice. You know, if I had a choice in the matter, honestly, I would be chilling on my couch, watching a movie, just sitting there, you know. It's not bad to be lazy. It's actually very relieving, you know. If I had a choice in matter, I would be lazy. At one point in time, I was lazy. I was lazy, but I was more so maybe I was lazy physically, but mentally up here, I was very, very active. So like when I'm sitting in class and stuff, That's what I'm saying. I grew up with a mentality, a mentality of a writer. You know, I was a writer and I was always thoughtful. I always had ideas like I'm up here. You know, I'm up here. I'm not down here. I'm up here. So it's like that's how I was. That's how I was growing up. You know, I can say that from birth, all my childhood, all the way up until I was diagnosed. All the way up until I was diagnosed at, I want to say 16. At 16, I was diagnosed. But that's how I was. You know, I didn't see it as a problem. I was, you know, and the only reason I stayed in sports was because I was lazy. I knew, because it's like, no, I was skinny. I was super skinny, but soon as I got in sports, I just started like, well, as you get older, you start to, you know, lose that weight, and you start going into your body, like you start. But that's what I'm saying. I think it was mostly because of the prescriptions. I started gaining weight probably off of them prescriptions. So then, you know, I got in sports because I started seeing this weight. And that's not the reason. Like, I like sports. But then my passion for sports became a fear. I became fearful because I didn't want to I became fearful because I didn't want to gain weight. I was you know, that would have been another insecurity I would have had to deal with. I was perfect with my weight. My weight at that time was my only confidence, because I didn't feel as pretty, you know. So what do you turn to when you have so many insecurities that you just need, you know, and you're confident about that one thing? So I was confident about my body. And I'm like, ain't nobody about to take this from me. That's the thing. When you know ain't nobody about to take something from you, you stick with it, you know. No, you got that one confident trait. You know, everything else, you know, is kind of you're feeling insecure about everything else. So you got that one thing, that one trait that you feel real good about. Ain't nobody taking this from me, you know. So that's what I said. My passion, like I was secure. So that trait kept me secure. And then, so when I went into sports, I was already feeling confident. You know, I'm already confident. So I went into sports. Eventually, you know, in the midst of my journey in sports, I started seeing weight. I'm like, oh snap, because I think my mom dealt with anorexia when she was younger. She had a problem with anorexia, and I feel like that started to fall on me. That started to become my problem as well, because I got so used to being skinny. I'm like, you know, and then I started, and when you're so skinny, you start just a little bit of weight and you look in that mirror and you see, like, you be the same weight for so long, and then boom, you see some weight, you start to freak out. And I feel like that's a lot of kids' problems, you know, because they don't know what growing up. Now I'm mature to the fact I know what it is, but back then you didn't know what it was. So yeah, I think they're pulling up now, but what was I saying? So, dang, I lost what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. So you're this way for so long, and then boom, you see a change, and it's like you freak out, and you're like, oh no. You know what's happening to me? You know, where's this weight coming from? No. So like I said, that was me in my mind. I'm freaking out because I don't want this to happen. I like me the way I am. I don't want change. I don't want growth. I want to stay the same. That's what I had. You know, that's what my mindset was on when I started seeing change. And in sports. That's when it started happening. When I was in sports, I started seeing that big change in my body, and I wasn't okay with it. So then, yeah. So then, sports became a tool. It didn't become a passion anymore. I didn't see it that way anymore. It became a tool because I became insecure. I started feeling insecure. It started off as a confident. I'm confident about it. The passion is there. When I'm not confident about it, then it becomes a tool and then I'm going to use. And that's how I feel like you take advantage of situations, or you just take advantage of things, but you're not really, you're not meaning to take advantage of things, but you can't help but take advantage of the situation when you're dealing with something that you don't understand.